Hey guys, Paul from Coding Hopefuls here, and today we're going to be looking at another Java key concept, which is polymorphism. I'm going to do it in two videos, and this first video we're going to look at a type of polymorphism which is called a method overloading. Okay, now what is method overloading? That's what I'm going to be going through with you guys today. So let's look at this example. I've created a method overloading class, and you can see that in this method overloading class we have the first method, which is the eat method. Okay, and we have another method down here which is also the eat method, and we have another method, we have two more methods down here which are also eat methods. Okay, now what is the difference between these methods? I mean, they all share the same name, but if we look closely they all have different types of arguments. Okay, now the first one has no argument at all. There's no parameters that you need to pass in. Okay, and if we look at the second one, we can see that we have an integer variable that we need to pass in. Okay, and if we look at the third one, we have both an integer and a string variable or parameters that we need to pass in. And if you look at the last one, we have a double parameter that we need to pass in. Okay, and depending on the parameters that we pass, the method will have different outcomes, or the outcome to it will be different. Okay, it will perform different tasks. So the first one that has no parameters, it will say I'm eating nothing. Okay, now the second one that takes an integer, that takes one integer parameter, says I'm eating an integer. The third one that takes both an integer and a string parameter says I'm eating an integer and a string. And the last one that says that takes a double parameter says I'm eating a double. Okay, so we can see here method overloading. So we have the same method, but that takes different parameters. Okay, the same method that takes different parameters. This is known as method overloading. All right, so if we go to the main, if we go to our main class, and you can see here we've already created our object, an object of the method overloading class, or an instance of the method overloading class. Let's see what happens now when we want to perform some of these methods. So object dot eat. So if we run that, let's see what's going to happen. So it should say yes down here, I'm eating nothing. Lovely. Okay, now let's go dot eat. Let's have an int, let's pass an int 6. Let's run it. Lovely. So the first one I'm eating nothing, the next one I'm eating an integer. Yeah, let's have another one that takes an integer and a string. Let's run that. So it says here I'm eating an integer and string. And let's do the last one with a double. You got to make sure that the parameters that you've stated is what you put in, because if I try to put in a string here, I haven't actually got the method that just takes in a string. Okay, so you can see that there's an error there. Okay, so you got to make sure that you put in the correct parameter. So double, so that can be a decimal. Okay, run that, and it should say I'm eating a double. Okay, so guys, that is the first part of, or one of the concepts in polymorphism, which is method overloading. Okay, so as I showed before, we have the same method, but which is the eat method in this case, but it takes different parameters, and based on the parameters that you pass through the method, the outcome will result in something different. Okay, so that is polymorphism method overloading. Thank you guys very much. I hope I explained that well. As I say again, I'm not a professional Java. I'm learning, and these videos help me to learn and also to help me to consolidate my Java knowledge. Okay, thank you guys very much and have a good day.